Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field as we're winding down this Agganis week. It's been very successful. A lot of young men and women doing outstanding things on the court, on the field. Baseball, softball, lacrosse, basketball, girls soccer, all in the books. Right now it's the boys soccer, the 26th edition of the boys soccer in the Agganis Classic. It started out with one sport, football, back in 1956. It's expanded now where there's 9 different sports played Agganis week. This is the next to last one. This game will get in the books, and when it does, the only thing left will be the granddaddy, the football game, in honor of the great Harry Agganis. They almost gave it away. They got a shot off and kicked it wide. For the North, Maxwell Sperry is the goaltender. For the South, it's Owen Tagada from Central Catholic. Sperry, I mentioned, from Gloucester. He's going to Bryant. And Tagada from Central Catholic, the goalie, is going to Bryant. So both these goaltenders are both going to Bryant. In this, the North holds a 12-10 advantage. And there have been 3 ties. The last tie was in 2014. First time was back in 1998. And the hard part now is picking everybody up because the sun, usually the sun is down to the left. If you turn to the left, you get blinded. But you can at least see around the field. Now the sun is right over midfield, out over the trees at Pine Hill. And we have to wait for that sun to go down so we'll be able to see what's going on here at Manning Field. We can just barely make out that there's figures down there playing soccer. It's hard enough to pick up the numbers as it is because we're 8 miles away. And they're not wearing gigantic football numbers.
The concession stand is open down below the bleachers, serving pizza, candy, water, drinks.
Another great week for Agganis. Paul Halloran, the guy that's in charge. He's the executive director. He gets a lot of help from the many coaches, former coaches like Matt Durgan. Ooh, that just slid by. Shot from just inside the 10-yard line. And he just kind of pulled it left just enough. North almost got on the board. I think it was Braden Carroll of Wakefield. Again, very hard to pick up the numbers. Gets kept in. And now we got a takedown, we got a whistle. And the South will get to kick it away. The North is coached by Armando Manado from Gloucester. And a well-known figure, Eric Moreno from Link Classical, coaching the South. It's in the blood. His father coaches Lynn Tech. We get all kinds of volunteers. I'm just off the top of my head. Bobby Mullins is Paul Halloran's right-hand man here just about every year, doing whatever he can. to help out. I'm looking at Jimmy Foley down the field. He's directing for the 2 soccer games, but they had a problem with people not being able to make it on Sunday. That miserable, hot, humid, terrible day. As the North gets on the board, they hesitated, waited for everybody to go by, and then knocked it home. Goaltender come out, but they knocked it just inside the far post, and the North grabs a 1-0 lead.
Scored by number 18, Ryan Noche.
So he scores the goal, and he gets to come over and sit down and take a rest. He waited just long enough for everybody to move, and he knocked it just inside the far post. And the goaltender was Ryan Noche from Bishop Fenwick. There are a lot of locals on this South team, as they had very good seasons. Lynn Tech made the tournament. Glasgow as well. Shot from long range. Making the save was Maxwell Sperry. Shade trying to settle in on the far side with the stands sending out some shade, but people sitting on the near side having a lot of difficulty seeing with that sun right in their face. Knocked away nicely by the defense. South gets it back. Which is LeBrun. St. Mary's out there playing defense. He was the one that knocked it away. And now it goes out. I don't know if there was contact or what there was, but they're going to get a free kick. I thought the ball just went out. Deflected up. Headed away, but not very far. Still hanging around. North hustling to keep it in, and they do. And the South takes it away. I don't think all North offside. St. Mary's got a few. Tech has got a few. Glasgow's got a couple. As he gets knocked out. On the South, we've got Jerry Alvarez from Glasgow, Bilda Arriaga from Lynn Tech, Jalen Corleone from English, Isaiah Diaz and Ryan Dahl, both from Glasgow, Ryan Freer from St. Mary's, Richard LeBrun from St. Mary's, Samuel Lopez and Ariel Menjivar from Lynn Tech, Justin Torres from Lynn Tech. 4 different players from Lynn Tech. As we're 15 minutes in to this first half, as South will make a substitution. One nothing to North. They were looking to give it to Ryan Frere. They threw it too far. He was outside. They threw it too far inside. North knocked it away. They tried to center it. North went up to try and head it in and just missed it. They hold on to it. And they knock it out in front. And it gets knocked in the net. Goalie came out to get it. And it wound up going in the net. So North out quickly with a 2-0 lead.
North goal scored by number 14, Aiden Gavain.
Aiden Gavain from Masconomet makes it 2-0 North. That was a little scrum out in front. North just got a piece and just touched it inside the near post. And they dominated so far because the ball has been in the south end most of this first half. Another shot, little shot hop for the goaltender, Owen DeGata. So South has got some ground to make up. And again, right back in the south end. Popped up. Frere winds up with it. And it's broken up nicely by the defense. Defensive play was Lennon Anupa from Salem Academy. They put the lights on here at Main Field. Out in front, it was loose. South got a foot on it. They're almost in a little deeper hole. South has not come close. They haven't got the ball past midfield. I don't know if they've got it past midfield at all. And it's early going. Now we're almost halfway through the first half. North will make a substitution. North doesn't have that many guys. And they knock it home. They got it out in front. It went by. They missed it. Sitting on the doorstep was the North getting a head on it.
Goal scored by number 15, Brennan Johnston.
Masconomet getting 2 in a row after Fenwick scored the first one. Halfway through, it's 3-0 to North. Looking for their third win in 4 games. And looking for their 5th in the last 6. Awful difficult to pick anybody up down there with that sun so bright, right in our face. Takes a while for that sun to settle down behind those trees over in Pine Hill Cemetery. This great facility, Manning Field, used by everybody. It's almost 24/7 used at Frazier Field as well as this is going on. Babe Ruth has got one of their state tournament games being played tonight over at Frazier Field. Bodies go down. North will be called. And just past the halfway mark of this first half, a big one for North with 3 in a row, a big one for Masconomet, going back-to-back goals after Bishop Fenwick got the first one. North again, right back in the south end. They threw it a little too deep. And it was going out. I thought it was going to go out. It stayed in. And then South slid. Did they call it off South? It's going to go to the North. It looked like if they let it go, it was going to go out. North went to go get it. They slid to knock it away from the North. And when they slid, they knocked it out. And they keep it in the south end. Now it's going to go out of play. North goaltender Sperry from Gloucester could have bought a ticket for this one. North trying to get loose. They drop it back. Popped up. And I don't know if they called him offside, because South is going to get to kick it away. He almost gave it away again, trying to kick it upfield. North knocked it out. South finally gets it in the north end. And North takes it right back. And they knock it deep. And coming out of the net was Tagada. This will be finally the goaltending. They tipped it back. They made him work. They made Sperry work. He had a run. There was a white shirt bearing down on him. But he got there first and kicked it away. That's the first time he's touched the ball. And it goes out off the south. We got 15 minutes left. The South has not come close to getting a shot anywhere near the net of the North. Substitution for the North. And I give it to Delgado to kick away now. He gets kicked out by the South. They just can't get anything going. This is sort of like the girls' basketball game the other night. South team couldn't hit a shot, couldn't get a shot off. They wound up getting 12 points in the first half. And a huge win for the North. And now the South just can't get it out of their own end. North took it away. South broke it up. North will get to throw it in from down deep. Now they're calling it off the North. Agganis will kick it away. He's kicked it to the North a couple of times and almost caused himself some trouble. He gets this one away. And the South finally gets it into the North territory. South keeping it in. And call him offside. They waited a little bit too long to make the pass to the near side. Backed out by the North. South has it. They triple up on it, gives it away. Pushed to the far corner. Trying to get around. Keeping it in bounds. North takes it away. And they clear it away. Hopefully by the second half we'll be able to see something down here. North at it again. Would-be pass or shot got blocked. And we're going to whistle with a little bumping, banging. Substitution for the North. North looking for a split. Excuse me, looking to get the edge. There was a tie in the girls' game, 2-2. Our second tie, we had a 9-9 tie in the softball game. North has had a little bit of an edge. They won both lacrosse games. They won the girls' softball game. They tied the girls' soccer game. They tied the girls' softball game. Bodies go down. They wait a little bit to blow the whistle. Ten minutes and counting left in this 26th Agganis All-Star Boys Soccer game. There are no losers here. The winners are the scholarship recipients. All the local as well as the Boston students who wind up with scholarships given out by the Yorkie Foundation that got involved way back when. Charlie Dominguez and Harold Zimmerman, a few others got together and said, let's do something to honor Harry. Elmo Benedetto got the football game started. And it was football for a long time. And then he just kept adding sports. Harry was outstanding, obviously, in baseball, signing a pro contract, but he could have very easily been a professional quarterback with the Cleveland Browns. But most people don't realize he also played basketball. But in football, he did it all. He played defensive back. He kicked field goals, extra points. He punted. Just the best athlete this area has ever seen, or the state has ever seen. And it was a blood clot that took him at a very early age. And if the situation was now, he'd still be with us. And he just didn't have all the capabilities of medical-wise that they have now. I was trying to get a shot off. The guy that comes out picks up the loose ball and he'll kick it away. South knocks it deep, looking for a break down the far side. They got the shot on net, right in the middle of the net. And Sperry went up and made a terrific save. Considering he's been very inactive, he was ready for that one. He went high in the air and picked it. Outstanding save. That would have been a huge goal for the South to get with this half winding down. all the way across. It skipped past everybody. They couldn't redirect it into the net. South trying to kick it deep. North got a piece, knocked it out. At least the shade has helped. I can now read the scoreboard. Both ends of the field are in total shade, but that bright big ball of sun right in the middle of the 50-yard line. So anybody on this side of the field and us in the press box look up and all we see is the sun. Sperry will get to kick it away as we've got 5 minutes and counting left in this first half. A big one for the North. North looking for a break. They take the shot. I think it was Alvarez from Link Classical forcing him wider than he wanted to go. He took the shot, sliced it well right behind the net, out of play. Coming up on 4 minutes left. And the South had that one shot from long range that Sperry made a great save on, and that was late. Out in front, walking in, great save. I know he was not the intended receiver. They threw it out in front. It skipped past everybody. And Agganis made a tremendous point-blank save, and then point-blank, they chip it. They get too much foot into it and chipped it up over the net and out of play. So the big save by Agganis, and then the chip over the net. Otherwise, they'd be looking at 4-0. Three and a half and counting. The hard part, I haven't mentioned, the hard part for all of these games, whether it's baseball, basketball, football, anything, is practice. Football had practice, so they get used to each other, they run plays, they know each other fairly well. Basketball, baseball, softball, lacrosse, soccer, there's no practice. You just showed up. You get to meet the coach for the first time, unless it's your coach. You get to meet some of these players. You may have shook their hand or something if you played against them and there was a game that you played against each other, or you know them from hearing about them, or maybe you played against them earlier in youth, soccer or basketball or baseball or softball. But you're not teammates. You're playing with all different players from all different teams. And you don't get a chance to practice. Everybody can handle the ball pretty well, but it's hard to know that I'm going to make this pass to this side, to that side, and you're not used to your teammate might make it to your left. Your teammate here might make it to your right, and that went off a defender out in front, and it bounced right on the foot of the North. That's a tough goal to give up with 2 minutes left.
Goal scored by number 4, Andrew Coelho.
That was a shot out in front. The defender for the South got a piece, knocked it down. When he knocked it down, Andrew Coelho from Gloucester, going to Worcester Academy, was right there and said, "Thank you very much. All you had to do is just push it into the net." And it's 4-0. That's a really tough goal to give up with under 2 minutes left in the half. especially when you're in the South and you haven't really had much of a shot. You had one shot on net, and Sperry made a great save. And out in front, North knocks it away. They get a shot on net. Sperry makes the save. So both times Sperry has denied the South. Meanwhile, the North has dominated on the scoreboard and on the field. They've been in the South end virtually the entire half. They clear it away. They knock it deep, and that's going to do it. They blow the whistles. The clock reads 0. And the scoreboard reads 4-0 the North. 4 different scorers. Paul Nochi from Bishop Fenwick. And then Aiden Gavane and Brennan Johnston from Masconomet. And then Andrew Coelho from Gloucester. 2 shots on net by the South. 2 nice saves by Sperry of the North. And that's it. 4-0 North over the South at halftime. Welcome back as we're set to start the second half, and the sun has finally gone down behind the trees over in Pine Hill. The cemetery. Isaiah Diaz from Link Classical is the goalie for the South. Sperry stays in the net. For the North. I thought it might be Kevin Pelletier from Masconomet. And the North gets on the board again very quickly out in front. South couldn't get rid of it. And the North is here to knock it in.
Goal scored by number 4, Andrew Coelho.
Coelho gets his second from Gloucester on his way to Worcester Academy. And he get right back at it. Keeping the ball in the South end. And he gets knocked out of play. So it's nice to be able to see now without squinting and being blinded by the sun. Goes by. North will let it go. And it gets knocked out by the North. So 5-0 to North. Coelho took a step up as the MVP, getting his second goal. It would be hard to pick an MVP for the South if they can't get on the board. They've only had 2 shots on net. And North gets called offside. Diaz slides out and grabs it with a blue shirt bearing down on him. Nice little shift breaking in. And he gets taken down at about the 25-yard line. And we get a kick from the 20-yard line. Dead straight. I think it is Pelletier from Masconomet in the net. Drilled right at him. He just put two hands up, knocked it down. There was nobody there to grab the rebound. It wasn't much of a rebound. And once again, the North takes it down into the south end. And the South will knock it away and out of play. So again, the big thing for all these young men playing their last soccer game of their high school career, but mostly it's a great piece of their careers at the Lynn schools for all these young people from, all the young guys from Lynn playing here their last game at Manning Field. I mentioned in the girls' game, mostly thought whatever their last game played, whether it was a tournament game or regular season, they thought that's it. My high school career in soccer is over, and they get to do it again, and they get to play, not only do it again, but they get to play at the field they played in for 3 or 4 years. Or maybe more, because some of them may have come on as an 8th grader. Diaz boots it away. And here comes the North again. South picked it off. And North picks it off. From long range, ground ball. Diaz handles it well. Throws it upfield. And it's going to go out. And that was Coelho's got the 2 goals looking for it. And they call it off to South. Jack Patton of Gloucester will put it in play. Gloucester's got 4 players on this team. Masconomet's got 4. On the other side, Tech has got 4. They had one of their better years. So we're down to this last half of boys soccer. And I think I can go out on a limb and say the North is going to get their 13th win to go up 13 to 10 over the South with 3 ties. And the only question is, will the South get on the board? And then it will be the big one. South breaks it up. Some of these Everett players, whether it's male or female, some of the football players from Everett, it'll be interesting to see if they play in the game tomorrow night. I don't have the name, I apologize. The young man from Everett who drowned in Gloucester was a familiar face in Everett. He was well liked by most. And I think I was told that the Everett players were at one of the practices and then didn't come shortly after they realized that the young man drowned. So it sent kind of shockwaves through the city of Everett. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to the young man, his family, his relatives, friends, and loved ones. And we pray that they get the peace and comfort they're looking for with loss. It's always difficult when you lose a loved one, especially difficult when you lose a young loved one. That's not supposed to happen. Fathers and mothers are not supposed to bury their kids. I know because I had to do it. My brother had to do it. Pass out in front, bounced loose, North cleared away. And North tried to clear it away, South took it away. Again, I have to emphasize that, little things in these games, like you're not used to playing with each other. There's a deflection off Lennon on Rubeth from Salem Academy. You're not used to playing with each other. It's a whole different ball of wax. You play with your team all year long. Your teammate knows you like to get the pass on the right. Here, they may be passing to the ball on the left or passing it too far ahead. They don't know the speed of their teammates in this game. North will clear it away. And the same thing with basketball, baseball, softball. You're not used. Even lacrosse, football, you don't know the speed. You throw the pass a little too long, a little too short. Normally during the season, play 11 games with each other. You'd put it right on the money. Cam O'Brien, Ali Berry, the two quarterbacks for the South. They had tremendous years passing the ball, making great plays. They now have to do it with people they have never played with before. So it's totally different, and football is the only one that gets to practice. Everything else, you just show up, you meet the coach for the first time, you meet the players for the first time. You might know somebody if you play in their league, or maybe if you play during the summer, AU or something, but more often than not, you've so many leagues involved. Point blank shot, and Diaz made a tremendous save. I think that was Aiden Gavain looking for his second goal. Point blank, dead center of the net. He one-timed it, and Diaz made a tremendous save and robbed him. It's a shame that all these kids can't be here. They have school's out, obviously, and whether they're working jobs or want to get ready to go to school out of state, or they may be playing with other teams, AU, whatever. Because I'm looking down, the South only has 3 subs. The North only has a couple. There have been instances where during the baseball or softball, somebody has to leave because they got a Babe Ruth game or an AU game that night. I'm looking. North has only got 1 sub. I thought they had 2 before. And it worked for the North girls softball team showed up. They just had enough. They had 9 players. And they're going to get called for climbing the back. Brian Dahl from Wynn Classical got called. He went up in the air to try and get a head on the ball. He wound up going over and making contact with the defender. Just a little tapper. All the way to the net. To Kevin Pelletier from Masconomet. And a nice job again by Diaz. He just got a touch of that shot from the right side, deflected it wide. And they do have 2 subs. I knew they had 2 subs. One of them must have been over getting water or something under the stands. Corner kick coming from the near side. North got a head on it. Another head on it. And Dahl will carry it away and knock it deep. It skips past. South with a break. North catches up and takes him down. They blow the whistle. That was a nice open field tackle. The defender missed the ball, and it went to go get it, and he took down the South player that looked like he might have a break. Kick coming from just inside the 15-yard line. From a little bit of an angle to the far side. A save. Put it right on the money, and Pelletier made the save. North boots it deep, bouncing around. North collection kept it in and get around the defense. They flip, broken up nicely by the defense. I think that's LeBron from St. Mary's. They give it back to Pelletier. And North's right back at it. Try to knock it deep, and it got knocked away. Samuel Lopez of Lynn Tech made that defensive play. They pop it up, it gets by. They drilled it off the post. It went out of play, but they called them offside anyway. They popped that. It went right over everybody. And sneaking in from behind was a blue shirt looking to bang it home. He hit the post and it went out, but they called it offside anyway. 15 minutes and counting left in this one. 5-0 to North. The South haven't had too many shots on net. They haven't had the ball in the North end for any length of time. It's been total domination by the North. Tipped up out in front. It pops loose. They gave it away. Gets around, walking in. Diaz makes a tremendous save. Another big time save by Diaz. And then the defense came in and blocked the rebound. And North gets the corner kick. They throw it in front. Diaz again. He made the save, but then it popped out right on to the head of the North, and they headed in.
Andrew, stop! Too much. Oh, God.
Goal scored by number 4, Andrew Coelho, his third of the game.
I think Coelho Gloucester just kind of put a stamp on the MVP award. Diaz might be able to get it for the South with all these big-time saves. He made another great save, but when he made the save, it popped right to Coelho, who was standing right almost next to him, got a head on it and just knocked it in. Diaz had no chance on that goal. Not that many shots on net by South. Sperry made one big save in the first half. Made another save from long range. They haven't had more than one shot on net here in the second half. So they just haven't been able to generate any offense because the North has stopped them and the North has kept the ball in the South end at least 85% of the time. And when the South did get it down there, they very seldom get a shot on net. Now they have to back it away. Yeah, got a little late whistle. The player got knocked down. A couple of players played the ball after that, and then they blew the whistle for the takedown. So a little bit late. I think this is Lopez from Tech taking the kick. Hit the crossbar. Drilled it. Going in and hit the top crossbar and bounced out. You can't get any closer than that. So just about everything. Open the closet door and everything is falling out on top of the South. Anything that can go wrong has gone wrong. Loose balls in front of the net. North is there to knock it home. Save into the lap of North, knocking it home. Shot by the South off the crossbar. Sperry making a big time save in the first half. And it's just been all North. South really, that was really the closest the South had come. Sperry made a big time save in the first half. That's as close as they've come in the second half. And that was just an inch or two from going in under the top crossbar. Instead, hit the crossbar and bounced out. I know you don't like to lose. You want to win these games. But these kids can go home saying, I finished my career as a Agganis All-Star. Playing these games, drawing a crowd, raising money, help to fund the scholarships, the many scholarships. $2.3 million in scholarships, over 1,000 scholarships. And these young men and women playing these games are a big part, because all the money that's brought in goes back out in those scholarships. So whether you win or lose, you're making a huge contribution. Some of these people that are playing are part of the scholarships. I can think of Abby Constein, who played in 2 of these games, soccer and basketball, getting one of the scholarships. And I'm sure there's more. Anna Flaherty played soccer. Louis Newhall was softball. Izzy Fessler, softball. So people look past this. They look and say, South lost, North won. It's an exhibition game. It's an all-star game. It doesn't go in. You're not qualifying for the state tournament. You're not moving on to the state final. But what you are doing is, with the effort you're putting out and the play that you're putting on the field, along with the coaches and the workers and so many people involved, you're contributing and helping to raise the funds for the future scholarships. So everybody that plays and everybody that takes part should be very proud of themselves for what they're doing, what they're accomplishing, and what they're contributing to. He gets knocked out. He got knocked out a long way away. They flip it up out in front. Diaz got a piece of it, and then it deflected away right into the lap of the North, and they do it again.
Goal scored by number 23, Jack Patton.
Jack Patton of Gloucester. Just adding to the dominance of the North. And South knocking it up, knocks it out. South just haven't had that many opportunities to get that many shots on net. North has kept them bottled up in their own end. They give it back to Pelletier, and he kicks it upfield. And he gets booted away. They tip it up, and the North gets to it, knocks it deep. Out in front, skips by everybody. North will track it down. From long range, Diaz makes the save. 5 minutes and counting. Andrew Coelho from Gloucester has wrapped up the MVP for the North with his hat trick. He actually got 3 in a row. He didn't get in the same period. He got the goal ending the first half and got the first 2 in the second half. And then teammate Jack Patton. So Gloucester's got all 3 goals. And they've scored 4 of the 7. Masconoma's got 2. And Bishop Fenwick's got 1. The hard part is going to be picking the South MVP. They knock it deep. Diaz will get there first. They call North offside. 3 minutes and counting left as we wind down. Agganis week. We're getting it down to the granddaddy, the football game. South would love to get on the board. From long range. Big hop. Pelletier got a good look at that one and was able to grab it, bounce almost into his lap. And he boots it away. Dahl pushing it up. They knock it deep. Looking to get around. And they try to center it. And it winds up behind the net. I think they're going to say that North tipped it. And South will get a corner kick from the near side. So they've got to make do here because there's a minute and a half and counting left in this one. Here's a nice save by Pelletier. They put it right on the money, right inside the near post. And again, Pelletier takes it away. Final minute. So they had 2 shots in this second half. The one by Lynn Tech. Lopez drilled it, hit the top crossbar and bounced out. And then that last one, they drilled it inside the near post. Pelletier came over and caught it and took it away. As we've got 15 seconds and counting. So it's going to be a 7-0 win for the North, and they just dominated. South couldn't get that many shots on net. The clock is going to run out now, and that'll do it.
And that's the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. The final score is the North 7 and the South nothing.
So Andrew Coelho with a hat trick from Gloucester. Jack Patton, also from Gloucester, scored a goal.
We will direct your attention to
Aiden Gavain and Brennan Johnston from Masconomet got goals. And the first goal, Ryan Nochi of Bishop Fenwick, that turned out to be the winner.
number 1, Jair Alvarez.
Jair Alvarez of Lynn Classical is the MVP for the South. And I'll take a stab in saying it's Andrew Coelho from the North with his hat trick that they announced. So everything but the football game is in the books. Another great, outstanding week for Agganis. And Paul Halloran, the executive director, all the people who work for him.
Goals and assists from Gloucester. Number 4, Andrew Coelho.
Andrew Coelho, they just announced it. They waited a while. Everybody was walking away. But everybody. Paul Halloran had a lot of people help him. People taking care of soccer, baseball, softball, basketball, directing. A lot of people helping out. There'll be people holding the stakes on the sidelines in football. There'll be people in the press box announcing around the scoreboard. Everybody doing their time. Referees, umpires, so many people, all the coaches volunteering, so many people working hard, and especially all the players, again, all the players taking part and doing their part to help raise funds to keep this going and to keep the tons of scholarships going that they give out. One more time for the South, Jair Alvarez from Lynn Classical going to Salem State. Builder Arriaga from Tech, undecided. Jalen Coriolan from Lynn English going to Salem State. Isaiah Diaz from Classical going to Bentley. Ryan Dahl from Lynn Classical going to Kingsbury Community College. Ryan Freer from St. Mary's going to UMass Lowell. Richard LeBrun from St. Mary's going to Quinnipiac. Samuel Lopez from Lynn Tech, undecided. Adil Menjivar from Lynn Tech going to Bunker Hill Community College. Justin Torres from Lynn Tech going to North Shore Community College. So a lot of young people, Lynn people finishing up their career on their home field here at Manning Field, playing their last senior soccer game. And congratulations to all the seniors. We wish them all the best. They've done a great job over their career in their different sports, because some of them play more than one, honoring themselves, their families, their parents, their school, their city. They've done everybody proud. They've worked hard, and they've earned everything they had, and they're all on to bigger and better things, hopefully. So we wish all the seniors the best of luck in the future. So congratulations to everyone. And one more game, football, the granddaddy, tomorrow here at Manning Field. So 7-0, the North shuts out the South in the final game leading to the football game. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.